Hello again, YouTube. I'm going to continue the theme of sawhorses because I realized a couple of things after I posted that video. One, I can only post a video 10 minutes long, so some of the stuff I wanted to show you I couldn't fit on the video. So I'm going to make the second video to cover those things. Most people don't have a miter saw like I have, like I used, because they're not a carpenter like I am, but that's okay because everything I did to that sawhorse you can easily do with the skill saw. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So the first thing you want to do is take your skill saw, loosen the knob here, and tilt your blade to 15 degrees. And you're going to lay your speed square on here, and you're going to pull it over to 15 degrees right there and mark it. You simply take your blade that's tilted at 15 degrees and your saw and cut it off. So to get the exact opposite, again, flip the board over, set it again to 15 degrees. Make your mark, and then cut it with the saw. So you don't really feel comfortable trying to cut a compound angle. Okay, that's understandable if you're not that experienced. So I'll show you another way to make sawhorses without all those compound angles. It's another stackable set, but it's a little bit different, and also the design is a little bit different, serve a different purpose. Now the sawhorses I made in the other video are really true sawhorses. They're made for laying your lumber on there and sawing it. The second one is more for setting up a platform to work on. So if you were to make, say, a set like the ones I made in the other video and a set like the ones I'm going to make in this video, you could have yourself a work table in your backyard workshop along with sawhorses to saw your lumber. So let's see how this works. Cut your pieces 48 inches long, 2 of them. Take your skill saw. Notice I switched. That's because the other one got a little bit wet, and I don't like cutting with wet tools, so I got this. Plus, this one is a little bit easier to read. I'm going to set it to 15 degrees. Notice I'm using 15 degrees again because that gives you about the right width for sawhorses when you just use 15 degrees. It helps if you clamp your board down first, like I did there. Now I'm going to show you how I go about cutting that with the skill saw. Alright, to cut this bevel, I'm going to use the skill saw by setting it to 15 degrees. I'm going to place the base right here, put my finger right here, that's going to guide it all the way down the board so that I cut a good straight line. See how I've got my finger pinching that? That's going to hold it steady. Next, with the same 15-degree bevel on your saw blade, we're going to cut the legs. Use your speed square to cut it square. This time, we want our angles to go the same way. So find your overall length, 32 inches. Again, use your speed square to cut it square. This set's far more simple because we're lining the legs up flush with the end, flush with the top, going straight down, doing it perpendicular. I'm using the same drill setup. I'm going to drill me a countersink hole, but I'm going to run it so that it runs parallel with the board. And again, I'm giving it 3 of those screws. Then drill the screws in. And pull them tight. So the end of the sawhorse is going to look like this. And then we'll place the gusset on so that it flushes up all the way around. If you don't have a countersink bit like the one I have, you can use a regular 8-inch drill bit to drill you a pilot hole. With a regular 8-inch, drill you a pilot hole. That's important because we're going into 1x4. And then just drive your screw down into the pilot hole. It'll countersink itself. See what I mean? On a 10-foot 1x4, you want to measure 49 inches for your brace. That is 1 inch longer than the actual top board from the sawhorse. And that's what it looks like when it's finished. The best part about this sawhorse is with the straight legs, it's more stable, and with the flat top, it makes for laying a good table. You lay a piece of plywood across it, you've got you a table. And like the other one, guess what? Also stackable.